Good morning. My name is Sarah McCulloch and I'd like to welcome you all to today's webinar in which we'll be discussing Lead Auditor Conversion Courses and how they can give your career a boost. With me here, I have Ellie Donoghue, who will be doing today's presentation. This should last around 15 minutes. During the presentation, we will keep your lines muted, but you can contact us via the questions box on your screen. Anne Witter will be at hand to answer any questions you have. Or if you prefer, you can email us at webinars@batalas.com and we'll reply after today's session. Following Ellie's presentation, I'll be running a Q&A session where I will answer your questions. And finally, running the technical side of things, we have Richard Gravestock with Tracy Hodges with support. To make sure you get the most out of this webinar, we will provide you with a copy of the slides along with the narration. We will also record this session so you can view it again at your own leisure. You'll receive this via email after the webinar, so there's no need for you to take notes. Just sit back and enjoy the presentation. Before we make a start, we'd really love to get to know you a little better. So we have prepared some questions and would very much appreciate if you could take the time to answer these, please. Okay, so there are just 3 questions which will pop up on your screen. Please just tick the box that applies to you. Richard, can you launch the first question, please? Okay, so the first question is now being shown on your screen. Are you a lead auditor? Your answer options are yes, no, currently training to be a lead auditor. Okay, so I can see some responses coming through now. I will leave it running for a little longer just to let the last few come in. Okay, Richard, could you close the poll now? We'll have a look at the results. Sorry, give me just 1 second. I just need to clarify what the results are. Okay, so fantastic. The poll results are yes, I am a lead auditor, and it's great to have so many of you with us today. You should find the webinar useful for your career progression. Richard, would you mind please launching the second question? So our second question asks if you're interested in learning a new ISO standard, and the options are yes, no, or unsure for anyone still deciding. We'll wait a couple of minutes to give people time to answer these. Okay, just a few more to come in. Okay, Richard, if you could close poll 2 for me, please. We'll give the system a second to collate those. Okay, so 100%, that's wonderful. If you're interested in learning a new ISO standard, we'll be giving you some guidance on how best to do this while saving yourself some time and money, hopefully. Okay, so the final question. Richard, can you release that for me, please? Okay, so the final question is, following up from the last one, obviously, which additional standard would you want to add to your portfolio? You can tick more than one box if you're interested in several standards: the ISO 9001 quality, ISO 14001 environmental, ISO 13485 medical devices, ISO 27001 information security, and ISO 45001 occupational health and safety. I would say if the standard you're interested in isn't listed, please do send us a message via the live chat box with your name and the standard you're interested in. Also to mention, if you did answer no on the previous question and you aren't interested in learning a new standard, don't worry about answering this one. Okay, so people are voting now. Richard, if you could close that for me, please. Okay, just waiting for it to collate and let me know which one you're most interested in. Okay, it's actually a 50-50 split. We've got some people interested in 14,001 environmental. It's the second largest ISO standard, with the environmental responsibilities increasing that we're seeing is leading to a steady increase in the demand for this training. There was also 45,001 with the occupational health and safety. That standard was only introduced 6 months ago. It does replace the OHSAS 18,001, and we are already seeing a huge demand for training. Well, thank you everyone for answering those questions. It is always good to get a feel for who's with us today. We're very happy that so many of you have taken the time to be with us, and let's get down to business. I'll now hand you over to Ellie.
Thank you, Sarah. So the purpose of today's webinar is fourfold. Firstly, we're going to be explaining what a Lead Auditor Conversion Course is. We'll be discussing the benefits, looking at the target audience, and most importantly, how it can support career development. So at Battleass, we appreciate that training can be a huge commitment of your time and money. So we've created some short conversion courses to alleviate some of the pressure and support you on your learning journey. So what is a Lead Auditor Conversion Course? Well, let's start by saying what it's not. Many get conversion courses confused with transition courses and integrated management system training. So let's look at the difference. Transition courses are there for auditors who need to update their knowledge about a particular standard when it has been released into a new version. For instance, when ISO 9001 went from 2008 to 2015 version, auditors had to transition from the old to the new standard. IMS courses are for internal or lead auditors who need to be able to audit against more than one standard within an organisation. For instance, an organisation may be certified to ISO 9001 and ISO 14001. So instead of having two audit teams, one for each standard, you can get the internal or lead auditors trained to audit against both standards. It's important to highlight that IMS training courses cannot be CQI IRCA certified. So conversion courses let current lead auditors add another standard to their portfolio. Lead auditors can audit internally within an organisation, but they can also do second-party supplier audits, as well as third-party independent auditing. So if you qualified as an ISO 9001 auditor, conversion courses will get you qualified to audit against another ISO management system standard on all those levels. It will enable existing lead auditors to learn a new ISO standard without having to cover the basic content that they already know. So what are the benefits of this training? Firstly, you'll save time. A full lead auditor course lasts 5 days. You'll need your employer to give you the whole week off work, or if you're self-employed, you'll be missing out on a week's worth of earnings. If you went on a full lead auditor course, you'd be repeating a lot of the knowledge you've already covered when you did your initial lead auditor training. So a conversion course strips away the basics of auditing, and it leaves you with the essentials of auditing against the new standard. And as it only lasts 3 days, it saves you valuable time. Secondly, you save money. The cost of being away from work is huge to both employers and those that are self-employed. But of course, you also save on lower course fees for a 3-day conversion training course compared with a 5-day lead auditor course. So if you attend a conversion course, you'll get a full lead auditor qualification approved by CQI and IRCA. That means you can become a CQI member or an IRCA certified auditor. This will open you up to new job roles and opportunities. For more information, check out the CQI IRCA website, which is quality.org. Most importantly, you'll get the skills to conduct audits and lead auditing teams and gain the knowledge of a new standard. For organisations seeking or having certification to more than one standard, it will be useful to have a lead auditor who knows all the standards and how to audit against them. And it will also improve your competence as an auditor. So to be able to attend a Lead Auditor Conversion course, you need to be a lead auditor, know Annex SL, and understand the standard you're going to audit. If you cannot tick all these boxes, then you'll need to fill the gaps before booking a course. For example, understanding the standard and knowledge of Annex SL are taught on all of our foundation courses. Conversion courses can really give your career a boost. Maybe you haven't thought of the possibilities, but being multi-skilled in many ISO standards means you become a valuable asset to your company. And whether you're employed or self-employed, you'll add strings to your bow, meaning you'll be able to offer a more comprehensive range of services to your clients. And let's not forget the potential for earning more money. So if you go down the route of becoming an IRCA registered lead auditor, you'll earn 23% more than your non-registered colleagues. And the average salary for a lead auditor is over $51,000 a year. Lead auditor is the most popular grade and the membership is recognised around the world. So you may be thinking, which ISO standard is going to be the most beneficial? So let's look at the trends we're seeing in the most popular standards. One course that we see a lot of interest in is environmental management systems. ISO 14001 is the second largest ISO management system standard in the world, as reported by CQI IRCA earlier this year. The environmental responsibilities that organisations are adopting shows there's an ever-growing demand for companies to become certified to ISO 14001. There is continued growth in this sector, and we predict the demand for auditors will increase quarterly. So another standard we're seeing an increase in is ISO 27001 information security. Following the release of GDPR in May earlier this year, companies need to show good data practices or face heavy financial penalties. And there's often a misconception that this is just for the IT industry, but this isn't the case. It involves every organisation and business that handles personal data. ISO 27001 is the management system standard that will help organisations get this in place to ensure they're compliant. So the need for lead auditors comes with the increased use of this standard. From 2013 to 2017, the ISO survey shows nearly double the amount of certifications worldwide. That trend is set to grow at the same rate going forward. We're proud to be able to offer our ISO 27001 conversion course with CQI IRCA approval. I believe there's only one other company worldwide that has this. So occupational health and safety finally got its international standard in March this year. Since its release, we're seeing a demand for training. ISO 45001 replaces occupational health and safety 18001. Organisations have 3 years to migrate over to the new standard. Getting the lead auditor conversion training in early in this migration period will make you desirable to any company currently certified to 18001. You'd become a valuable asset to help with the changes needed to implement the new management system and gain certification. So since its release, over 2,000 people have attended ISO 45001 occupational health and safety training courses worldwide. Now, these statistics are just based on CQI IRCA training. There will, of course, be non-accredited training in addition to these figures. And as companies migrate over to this new standard, we predict the demand for ISO 45001 auditors will increase further. So if you think a lead auditor conversion course could be for you, then you may be interested in our new conversion course bundles. These are designed to support auditors with their career development. So depending on your experience, you may also need a foundation or lead auditor course to meet the conversion course requirements. So our bundles offer discounted prices to anyone booking 2 or more courses. So course bundle 1, this includes a 1-day foundation course and a 3-day lead auditor conversion course. This is perfect for anyone who wants to attend a lead auditor conversion course, but also needs the prior knowledge of the standard beforehand via a foundation course. And the cost for this is just $1,300. So course bundle 2, this includes a 5-day lead auditor course and a 3-day lead auditor conversion course. Now this bundle is perfect for any internal auditors looking to progress to lead auditor level in 2 ISO standards. And the cost is from $2,150. So course bundle 3, this one includes a 1-day foundation course, a 5-day lead auditor course, and a 3-day lead auditor conversion course. Now, this is the fast track to becoming a lead auditor in 2 standards, even without any auditing experience. So you'll only need knowledge of one of the 2 standards beforehand, and the rest you'll get from us. And the cost for this is from $2,500. All of these courses included in the bundles are CQI IRCA certified, so you get the reassurance of having this international accreditation. The bundles are based on public courses only, however, discounts are available for anyone booking multiple in-house training courses too. So if you've got any questions about these conversion course bundles, or if you want to discuss discounts for in-house training, please send us a message via the live chat box. So to keep this simple and flexible, the bundles can be applied to any combination of ISO standard. They don't have to be the same. You've got the freedom to choose whichever best suits your needs. For example, you could attend an ISO 9001 foundation course to gain prior knowledge before an ISO 9001 lead auditor course. And then you could go on to do an ISO 45001 lead auditor conversion course, if that's what meets your needs. All of our lead auditor conversion courses are CQI IRCA certified. That means we've been independently assessed and approved by the CQI IRCA, and we have the processes and systems in place to deliver certified courses to the highest standard. The CQI is the only chartered professional body dedicated entirely to quality, and IRCA is its specialist division dedicated to management system auditors. This also means that your qualification will be internationally recognised, which will open up more job opportunities. So now we've come to the end of today's presentation. I hope you all have a clearer understanding of conversion courses and how they could support your career. I'm going to hand you back over to Sarah now, who will run through some of the Q&As.
Well, thank you very much, Ellie. That was a great presentation showing how auditors can boost their careers. These conversion courses have clearly got you all thinking, as throughout the presentation we've been receiving lots of questions. I am going to run through some of these with you now. We may not have time to cover them all, but don't worry, we will contact you via email after the session if yours doesn't get answered. Okay, let me have a look at the first one here. So I need to audit against 14,001 and 9,001. I was planning on doing an IMS lead auditor course. Would a conversion be better for me? Okay, that's a good question. So really the timings and costs for the 2 courses are usually very similar. However, IMS courses, as we've stated, cannot be CQI IRCA certified. The reason for this is CQI IRCA won't certify any IMS courses as they don't cover the individual modules of each ISO standard. So if CQI IRCA certification is important to you, you'd probably be best off attending a conversion course. Okay, next question. I'm a 9001 lead auditor, but my previous training isn't CQI IRCA certified. Can I still attend a 14,001 conversion course? Okay, yes, you can attend the course. Unfortunately, because your prior experience is not CQI IRCA certified, you won't be able to register with CQI IRCA. On the webinar, it says I need to be a lead auditor to attend. Do I need to prove this? No, in short. We do take your word for it. It will, however, become very evident during the course if you aren't a lead auditor or don't have the prior knowledge. So we recommend against saying that you are if you're not. Next question. Okay, I want to attend a conversion course for 14,001, but I'm not sure if I know enough about the standard. Okay, well, that is something that would be best to discuss with one of our training teams so that we can assess your experience. I can ask my colleague Anne to follow up with you after the webinar. Also, we have some online quizzes that can help you assess your knowledge, but Anne can go through that with you if it's easier. So next one, 27. Okay, I want to become a 27001 lead auditor, but I don't know anything about the standard. So, okay, ISO 27001 is a great standard to train in. There's a larger demand for this since GDPR was released in May. Assuming you're already a lead auditor, we would recommend doing a foundation and lead auditor conversion. That was one of the discounted options in the bundle that Ellie mentioned. So my company want to implement ISO 27001. Will the conversion course give me adequate training? Okay, so as stated, if you arrive with basic knowledge of the 27001, which is one of the course requirements, then the course will help you with its implementation. If you don't have the prior knowledge, we would strongly advise you to attend an ISO 27001 foundation course prior to the conversion course. Okay, I'm going to do this as the last one. So I'm a 13485 lead auditor and I want to train in ISO 14001. I'm considering the conversion course but don't know Annex SL, which is one of the requirements. Okay, so this may be applicable to a number of you. There are a couple of options. Oh, sorry, one second. Sorry for that. There are a couple of options available to you. You could either learn Annex SL via self-study, or you can attend a 14001 foundation course. The 14001 will give you the prior knowledge of the 14001 standard, and it will also give you the Annex SL framework knowledge. So again, this is one of the options available on the course bundles. Right then. Well, that's all we've got time for today. For anyone who didn't get their questions answered, we will contact you after the webinar. I do hope that everyone enjoyed today's presentation and that we helped to give you a good overview of our conversion courses. If you do want to talk with one of our training advisors, please use the contact details on the screen. We have promised we will provide you with a recording of this session, which you can receive via email later today. Please do keep a lookout for our next webinar in the new year. We'll be launching our new ISO 9001 Foundation e-learning course. We are really excited to be introducing this as we'll be the first company in the UK to offer it with CQI IRCA approval. Okay, thank you everyone for your time today and very good luck with boosting your career.